Today is the 8th of April in 2026. Germany have started issuing, short of drafting people into the military, but control orders to stop them leaving the country for longer than 3 months without giving notice to the military. German men aged 17 to 45, so they're starting to develop protocols, law that controls the passage of people in and out of the country so that they don't flee missing in action, AWOL, absent without leave from the country when they're on their way to Armageddon war as the economy is falling apart. Australia, lots of things going on here. We've secured 53 ships of fuel, and the government is saying that we have fuel reserves sufficient, 30 days or so, and fuel sufficient to get us through to the middle of May. There's been a 30% increase in demand, which is because they cut the excise, and so people dived in and purchased more fuel over the Easter weekend. So cutting the excise was a short-term plan which also cut revenue for the government. It's a tax and has caused people to buy more fuel, and already today the barrel price is up to $111, and price per litre of diesel is still in the area of $3.20 per litre Australian dollars, which is about $8 American US dollars per gallon. It's quite expensive still. So the price didn't really come back down with the cutting of excise. It's gone straight back up again. And I hear from the Prime Minister of Australia, Albo, he says the next months will be tough. That was his declaration. They're trying to resolve the empty fuel stations, something like 500 fuel stations without some fuel, diesel or unleaded. And now they're trying to rectify that slowly, but there's still a lot of deficit of fuel around the country in regional areas, particularly on the East Coast, Victoria and New South Wales, which is where the population mainly is. In the US, the Panama Bridge, there's been a tanker exploding, and that's shut down the bridge for a period of time, and it's damaged a couple of tanks, which was quite spectacular. It's the only passageway from South America to North America, now blocked temporarily. And 5 planes shot down in the Middle East, and a rescue of a few pilots that were going to be kept as bounty loot for the IRGC, $1 million reward on their head to use as bargaining chips, hostages. Trump's Easter message was shocking. If anyone read it, it was quite derogatory, foul, and it wasn't one, it was 3 horrible messages for the IRGC about his intentions to black out their nation and blow up their bridges and strip them, skin them alive. I think he even said at one point, using expletives, foul language, and threatening them in the most horrific terms on Easter Sunday of all days. Trump's getting extreme in his threats and escalation of this conflict, but it may be that he's gone back into negotiations and his 48-hour deadline has passed, and it looks like they perhaps were not going to escalate the conflict because the retaliation strikes against them would include the destruction of key assets in the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia in the Gulf states, which they're wanting to avoid as their allies are going to be harmed. Russia, there have been attacks from Ukraine against oil facilities in the Black Sea. During the last few days, South Pars has been attacked again in Iran, the largest oil facility in Iran, and other LNG and power sites also have been attacked. And in retaliation, Iran has taken out more facilities in Kuwait, Iraq and Israel, and 7 ballistic missiles were fired into Saudi Arabia close to the Saudi Aramco base, so they've been intercepted, and that base oil hasn't been damaged at this point. The EU are warning of price rises that are going to continue whether or not the Strait of Hormuz is open. There's going to be inflationary pressures that are affecting people in Europe. That's where we are today on the 8th.